I also developed Meniere's disease in my left ear later in my teens, which is the same medical condition Dana White with the UFC had. It seems to have had his cured with stem cells recently, which is something I really want to look into myself. And I did well with that. I functioned quite effectively with that issue. I earned black belts in 2 different styles of martial arts with it. I did bodybuilding, I did powerlifting. I was able to function extremely well despite having this issue until I got into my early 30s. Hey Jason, based on your past experience with martial arts, would you recommend for self-defense? Or what would you recommend for self-defense? Now let me answer another question up front. I get asked this a lot. People always say, oh, you've mentioned you have a martial arts background. Why don't you talk about the details? Will you please talk about the details? And it's just like a lot of my other past. The answer is not just no, but hell no. And my reason being, just because of the nature of my own past, my own background, I tend to think very tactically. And to me, I see no advantage whatsoever since I'm not an instructor. I don't instruct martial arts at all, never have, never will. There is no reason for me to ever go into detail on that stuff. And accordingly, anytime I give out to people out there, I'm a person who gets continual death threats because of my controversial videos. And I do have to think towards the future and towards self-defense. I don't ever let people know publicly what the full extent of my operational capacity is, what the extent of any training I have is, and my fighting ability, because that's giving out free intel that gives people a possible advantage if they do want to attack me. I would much rather have people have no idea at all what my training is and what I'm capable of, and that puts me back at an advantage again in any sort of confrontation. So no, I'm not going to discuss what styles of martial arts I've studied or what sort of training or anything that I have. It puts me at a disadvantage to do so. Oh, what else was their next point? They addressed the Batman shirt that I had on at the time. Well, I think I am more suited to wear a Batman shirt than any of those guys. I have black belts in more than one style of martial arts. Batman was a martial artist. I lift weights and compete in strength sports, so I'm a pretty strong guy. And I think Batman would agree with a lot of my views on citizens defending themselves.